Yeah, just Sveno Mick here from Svenson's Mowing and Grounds Maintenance. A little bit of time up my sleeve this morning, so I'm going to catch up on a bit of maintenance. My Stihl BG86C. It's not revving out real well, so I've loosened this off. And if you have a look at that, where are we? I'll show you that there. That to me looking like that's just out of the exhaust port. Now I'm running these gear at 50 to 1 with high quality oil. A reputable brand that a lot of people use. I won't say any names. To me that looks a little bit gummed up. So this thing will not rev, only rev about half. It's come on it pretty quick. So I'm going to actually I'm going to give this thing a clean down, and then we'll see how we get on. But to me it looks fairly clogged up. It's a gauze, it just looks completely clogged up. So I'm going to give it a wash down, and we'll see how we get on, and we'll see if it'll rev when I get it going. We'll put it back in. Sveno Mick. Not out because I'm going to continue this video. But yes, if you look at it, it's, as I understand, it's a metal gauze, and you can't see through it at all. Yeah, so what I've done with this is I've soaked it in petrol, minding not to get it all over my hands, petrol that is. Given it a good scrub out with the wire brush. Don't know if you can pick it, the gauze is more see-through now, it's very clogged. So you know, obviously it's a device for emissions that just clogs up, and like I said, I use a good grade of oil, so I don't know quite what's going on there. It's probably a thing you just got to pull out. This blower, you've got to probably pull it out every 6 months or so and clean it. This blower would only be, it's probably a bit over 6 months old. So yeah, so really probably every 6 months or so, probably pull this out, probably change the spark plug. Obviously I clean the air filter, but blower air filters don't get overly dirty. And I'm just going to put it back in and see how it runs. So it's 15 mil. I always use a hex-headed socket. So being like that, not a dimple socket, because that actually grips the nut better, nut or bolt. That doesn't have to be up overly tight. So what I'll do now, because it wouldn't rev out at all before, so I'll just see if it runs with how it runs now. As you can see, different coloured shirt today. This is my maintenance shirt, I'll say. So it wouldn't rev out at all before. It would only rev to, I will say, a bit over half throttle. It was getting worse quickly as usual yesterday. So these things start pretty good. So just on with a choke. These things, if you flick that off, flick the choke off, it's got a throttle to hold it on full throttle or wherever you want it. So I'll just flick that on. I'll prime it up, primer there. that under control. That's running well. So that's all it was that little mesh was clogged. So like I said, I just soaked that, undone it, soaked it in fuel, got the wire brush onto it, wire brushed it out. You could clearly see it was clogged right up. So wire brushed it out, soaked it in fuel. This day and age, back when I was younger, you'd probably get fuel on your hands. I'll grab everything with gloves or that thing I was just using with pliers. Look to get it out of the fuel and that. I just don't think fuel's good for you at all. I've got enough different things going wrong with my hands, sunspots and whatever else, and I don't think that sort of stuff helps at all, chemical fuels, whatever. But I'll just quickly go back and I just want to show you something else. So I bought the other day from the Husqvarna shop up here in Maleny. I haven't got any husky gear. The only husky gear I got's the Husqvarna brush cutter harness, which it's very good, high quality. This here seems good. I've only ever used to wear glasses, and I'm absolutely sick and tired of being hit in the face by stuff, debris. So it's got a little peak. It's got its ear muffs all in. Small peak on that. Sun visor down the back to protect the back of your neck. And look at that. Australian made. So that made me even happier. I think it was about $120, $130 complete, and works very well. I probably have to, the earmuffs cover up the side of your over your ears and that, but I'm probably going to have to put some sort of rag or something over here just to cover the side of my face in the summer, because that's a big problem. But anyhow, sort of do a quick one on that. I've had that for about 2 weeks, used it a heap already, and it's good, because of what I end up having with a lot of these hard hats is there's a few other brands I've used when I was in council, and they give me shocking headaches. Just the pressure of this part of it here, and this doesn't give me a headache at all. It's if I get the slightest pressure on my head, I get shocking headaches. So that all works well. So I'm going to leave it at that. There's really not much else I can tell you about the whole lot of that. But that thing seems to be running right. So bit of just greased up my mower. Got a bit to do on my other mower. Might even do the trailer wheel bearings today. She's a maintenance day, so I've got to keep it boogieing. But I just sort of do a quick video on that. If people are having trouble with their brush cutters and blowers and that, that's cheaper for me to do that than that, which I've showed you in here on these things. On the Stihl brush cutter, FS111, it has a paper filter, so is this, very nice, and it's got a little tiny little bit of debris on it, but not much. So I'll just wipe it off with a rag. They never get that dusty. It's a beautiful air filter setup. That's what you pay with the Stihls and that's why you pay the extra money. Stihls and Husqvarnas and the like, and Dowers. You just pay extra money for, you know, any of that better stuff. Likes with my Bushranger brush cutter too. You know, it's just, you can depend on it every day you go to work, and it'll work. And this one here is probably due for a new spark plug. That's all notched in, so when you tighten up it grips, so it won't come undone. It's a great setup. What can I say? It's probably over 6 months old, and apart from that clogged exhaust, this thing's dependable. 1 or 2, maximum of 3 pulls every day, and it goes like a Trojan. Sveno Mick from Svenson's Mowing Grounds Maintenance. Sveno Mick out.